Chicken hauling, as you know, is an art form. Not only do you need an artful truck, but you need the right accent, the right pair of boots, and, most importantly, 147 lights on your truck. That's right. See, I got this theory about chicken haulers. I think there's a secret school somewhere that teaches the fine art of chicken hauling. I say that because of the recent influx of chicken haulers on the road today. I suspect many of them came from this secret school. They all seem to have the same characteristics. They all drive the same. They all say the same things on the CB radio. They even all have the same accent, like I said. I would even go so far as to say they speak their own language. You can usually spot them by the rubber chicken sticking out of their back door, looking as though the door closed on it while trying to escape. Chicken haulers are much easier to spot at night. They pass you by like the sun, a yellow hot ball of light glowing in all directions. If it weren't for the fact that they're usually going 80 miles per hour, you'd be blinded for sure. Thankfully, they pass quickly and are soon out of sight. But just in case you blink and miss one, don't worry, just turn your CB radio on. They're sure to be talking non-stop, especially if there are two or more of them traveling together. They like to do that, travel together, as one, an American road train. In Australia, they hook 5 trailers up to a tractor, but here, they travel so close together that they're as one long vehicle. And they usually have super-duper CBs, too. You'll hear them up to 25 miles away. They'll be talking about the run they used to do, the truck they used to drive, which was even better than this one, of course. Then they pause long enough for someone to answer, uh-huh, and then they continue on about how well they drive while they speed through the mountains. They'll talk about the good old days back when they used to make $5 a mile and their truck went over 100 miles an hour. They have plenty of stories for willing and unwilling ears. They've all seen a moose before, in the road, of course, trying to attack their truck. Most of them own ranches with horses and cattle and do a little NASCAR racing on the side. Recently divorced, the chicken hauler is always looking for love in all the wrong places, namely the CB radio. Whenever he hears anything that resembles a female voice, he asks, "Whose sweet voice was that?" Every time, without fail. You could even lip sync it along with him. It's so expected. If she's going his way, he will bravely lead the way through the night, risking getting a speeding ticket in order to impress her. He'll tell her he knows these roads like the back of his hand, as he drives beyond what he can see with his headlights and gallantly explains just exactly how cool he is. Then he'll offer to buy her a cup of coffee, and she'll sneak off at the next exit when he isn't looking and disappear. But they love their trucks. I mean, really love them, like a wife. They'll spend all their money on them, buying them gifts like chrome and lights to decorate themselves with, like a girl wearing jewelry. The truck is the girl, and he's the sugar daddy. He has a name for her, too, usually Betsy or Betty Lou. He keeps her shiny and clean, even underneath. Spotless. That bandana sticking out of his pocket, it's a dust cloth. He's always wiping it off. He parks at the far end of the parking lot. He doesn't mind the long walk back to the truck. He gets to look at it longer that way. Chicken haulers are usually the first one to stop and help you, though, when you need a hand. One actually gave me a headlight one night. He wouldn't even take my money. I offered him $10, but he refused. It felt like I owed the broken down trucker I find, like the next one, I find a helping hand. He held a flashlight for me while I changed it, and he told me to pay him by helping the next person I see broke down. I think it was the next day I gave a guy a jump. More than once I've stopped to lend tools to truckers asking for something specific that I happen to have. I've helped others many times and have been helped many times too. So hug a chicken hauler today. Wish them a Merry Christmas and buy them a cup of coffee. Then get the heck out of there. That was the Chickenhauler school article, which I wrote. It was in 10-4 magazine. And, of course, it's on BigCityDriver.com, too. But I don't have a date on it. It was on this copy of it. I believe it was about 3 years ago. So, but still to this day, I get emails on this column, on this article. I think people just, people who know, they just say, man, you nailed it. Which, I have a tendency to do. If I do say so myself. And also, another thing I like to do is talk about, besides talking about me, I also like to talk about, of course, driving into big cities. I mean, if people would just drive right, there would never be a traffic jam. It's so pounded in my head now because I've been writing about this stuff for 8 years now. So it's up to me to tell you guys so that you can tell people you know. Because I'm telling you right now, all these traffic jams that you see everywhere you go is all 99.9% of them are just the result of stupid drivers. But really, they're not stupid. I really don't mean to use that word. What they are is just ill-informed. They just don't know. So that's why I have the 10 keys to safe city driving on my website. So I urge all of you to go to BigCityDriver.com and check out the 10 keys. Because if everybody just knew that stuff, why, there would never be a traffic jam or a road rage story or even an accident. See, it's easy for me because I've been trucking for, 25 years, which is not really a lot, by the way, because we got a guy named Jerry. I see him in the hallway now. He's going to be coming in here to talk to us about what it was like in the old days, the real old days. See, I can tell you about the old days, but this guy can tell you about the old days. So, come on in, Jerry. Let's get him a microphone over here.